Greetings and good evening. Welcome back to Inner Peace and the Beauty Within. I'm excited this evening for many reasons to be alive, to be here this evening talking with you once again. Can you believe that it is November already in 2010? Can you believe that next week we will be celebrating Thanksgiving, and within the next 3 weeks we will be celebrating Christmas? Next 3 or 4 weeks we'll be celebrating Christmas. 2010 will be over before we know it. When we started this journey, Inner Peace and the Beauty Within, about a year ago, we talked about some things that would be good for all of us to grab a hold of. Some things that would be good for us to do in terms of our lives, making good changes for the better of us all. Inner Peace and the Beauty Within is all about a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy soul. So you know what I want to do first this evening? I want to talk about a couple of things that we thought that we would do at the beginning of this year. Give us all an opportunity to think and ask ourselves, did we in fact make a change for 2010? And if not, that's okay. We can take some of the things that we were unable to do or forgot to do or just didn't get to, and we can roll them over for 2011. So the first thing I want to ask everyone, we talked about health. You know, Inner Peace and the Beauty Within, again, is all about having a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy soul. And one of the things that we talked about was health. What is it that we all need to do to be healthier? So I challenged everybody to do a couple of things. The first thing was to drink plenty of water. Did you drink plenty of water? Well, we know that there's been several ideas on how much water we need to drink a day. Do we need to drink 8 glasses of water a day? Well, not really. Our body tells us when we need to drink water because we start feeling thirsty, we start feeling dry, we start having the feeling of dehydration. However, if you're trying to lose weight, drinking plenty of water will help, number one. Number two, if you want to have great skin, drinking plenty of water will help. It also helps with the growth of your hair, the nourishment and the moisturing of your hair as well. So I asked you for 2010, did you drink plenty of water? The next thing that I want to ask you, we talked about our eating habits. And I challenged everyone to change their eating habits, and instead of eating that large meal at dinner time, eat that large meal at breakfast. I said last year, about a year ago, to eat like a king, eat breakfast like a king, that is, eat lunch like a prince, and eat dinner like a beggar. That way we get our largest meal in the morning when we're up and about, running around doing the things that we need to do, and right before we go to bed we get our smallest meal. Now it doesn't mean that you have to be starved all evening, but in terms of packing on all the calories, you want to have most of the calories during the day. So that was another challenge I threw out to everyone at the beginning of this year, 2010. I also challenged you, as well as myself, to eat more foods that grow on trees and that come from the earth, as opposed to foods that are manufactured. So you want to eat more foods that grow, plants, fruits, those types of things. Did you know that we're actually supposed to have 6, 7, 8 servings of fruits and vegetables a day? Just think about that. Seems like a lot. But those are the best foods for us. We should have a diet that's heavy in vegetables, heavy in fruit, fish, poultry, maybe a little bit of pork and a little bit of beef, but we shouldn't be eating pork and beef any more than 3 times a week if we're healthy. Now, if we run the risk of having heart disease or high blood pressure, you might want to cut that down to once a week. I, for one, have decided that I am only going to eat beef once a week, if that much. The rest of my diet, I try to have either all vegetables or poultry or fish. Okay. Did you live with the 3 E's in mind? That's energy, enthusiasm, and empathy. Energy. Having plenty of energy. about yourself, because when you have energy, there's a lot that you can get done? Did you live with enthusiasm, excited about the things that you're doing? Who wants to go around every day all humdrum, you know? So did you live with enthusiasm? Was you happy about the things that you did throughout the day? And did you live with empathy? You know, really being concerned not only just about yourself, but concerned about others. The other thing that I mentioned is that we all need to practice relaxation. We all live in stressful times, let's face it. These economic times, many of us are not working. If we're working, we're not earning the income that we would like to earn. So did you incorporate some relaxation in your life? Did you incorporate a stress management plan for yourself? I challenged everybody to take at least 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day just to be in quiet. Have you been able to do that? If not, start today. Today is November 16th. We have, 14 more days left to November and 31 days in December. These are stressful times because they're the holidays. Even though holidays, we think about having fun, being excited about things, doing things with our family, but good things cause stress as well. So I'm going to challenge you right now, and if you haven't been doing it throughout the year, take 10 minutes to just have peace and quiet. Meditate, pray. And speaking of prayer, we should be praying all the time. Prayer gets us closer to our higher power, gets us closer to our God, gives us a closer intimacy with our God. And let's face it, we definitely need all of that because He is in charge of everything that takes place. Not only that, He will guide us as we go through our journey in life, whatever that may be. The other thing I challenge you, did you play? Did you play more games? Did you have fun? Or were you all work in 2010? Now, you can't relieve any stress if you're all work. So did you have a good time? Did you laugh? Did you play? And what about reading more books? Did you have an opportunity to read more books than you did in 2010 than you did in 2009? Or 2009, I should be saying? If not, it's not too late to start. Pick up a book, not just magazines, but pick up a book. Get into the habit of reading good books. What does that do? It relaxes your mind. It puts you in another era, okay? Because you're in the era of whatever that book may be. It gives you an opportunity to imagine, to dream, to think about things. And a lot of times we don't have, because of our day, our work, you know, we go to work for 8 hours a day or we work at home. We have different things we need to do with our families. We don't take the time to dream. So I challenge you right now, pick up a good book and do more reading than you did last year. It's not too late to start. Decide what book you want to read between now and the end of the year. I have an example. If you can't find a book to read, read the Bible. Start with that. It's really interesting. Believe it or not, the Bible is definitely instructions on how we should live our life. And if you're wondering where you want to start with Genesis. Go all the way to the end. If you feel like you don't want to start with Genesis, go out to the end. Let me recommend this before you get into 2011. Read Proverbs. It will tell you how to live your life. You'd be surprised what's in Proverbs if you haven't already read it. Okay. Did you get enough rest last year? Every day last year? If not, you should start right now. I challenged everyone to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Well, we now know, those of us who are healthcare providers, that rest is the #1 thing that we need to have to maintain, to get and to maintain a healthy body. Rest meaning 8 hours of sleep per night if you are an adult. If you're a teenager, believe it or not, teenagers need more than 8 hours. They should be getting 10 to 12 hours because they're in a growth spurt. They're going through puberty. They're going from childhood to adulthood. Okay? So, did you get 8 hours of sleep? There's 3 things we need to do to maintain a healthy life. We need to rest, get 8 hours of sleep per night. We need to exercise. That's right, exercise 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 5 days a week. 5 days a week if you can. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to do heavy exercise. Just walk. Walk for 20, 30 minutes a day, 15, 20 minutes a day. If you have a dog, take that dog out for a walk instead of just letting him out in the backyard. Okay, so get moving. The whole idea is get moving for 20, 30 minutes. If you don't want to walk outside, there are tapes. You can buy walking tapes and just walk in your house. They have many tapes out that if you walk with the tape, by the time the tape is over in 30 minutes, you would have walked a mile. So get plenty of exercise. And then the third thing is good nutrition. Focus on these three things: getting enough rest, exercising, and good nutrition, with rest being the top dog. I'll tell you why. If you don't get enough rest, what happens is you don't feel like exercising. Who wants to exercise when they're tired? None of us. Not only that, if you're not getting enough rest, you're not really focusing on good nutrition. Those of us who don't get enough rest, we tend to put aside our good dietary or nutritional habits, even if we had planned to make changes in our lifestyle. So rest is number one. If you have enough rest, you have the stamina that you need to exercise, and you have the brain power that you need to focus on yourself and focus on good nutrition. Another thing I want to ask you, I challenged everyone to do this last year, was to make peace with the past. Make peace with the past so you don't spoil your future. Were you able to do that in 2010? I know it's hard to do because we are who we are a lot of times because of the past. But you know, even Paul said in the Bible, that past, I'm putting that past behind me. This I know, I'm going looking forward. I'm not looking back. I'm looking forward, going toward the future. You can't think about the future if you're always dawning on the past. So if you carried around the past with you in 2010, I'm saying, listen, you got 14 days left in November and 31 days left in December. Drop the baggage. Be ready for 2011. Make peace with the past. Whatever happened already happened. There is nothing we can do about it, but there's a whole lot we can do about the future. Did you realize in 2010 that no one is responsible for your happiness but yourself? Not your children, not your spouse, not your significant other. No one is responsible about your happiness except for you. So, I hope you realize that. Did you smile a lot last year? Did you make 3 people a day smile? You know, smiling is contagious. So even if you're upset, somebody walks up to you or somebody walks past you in the street and they smile, you know it's contagious. You smile back. And another thing, if we're feeling down, and all of us feel down every now and then, if we put a smile on our face and think about all the wonderful blessings that we have received. Listen, it's a blessing just to get up in the morning. It's a blessing to realize that you know you're breathing today, that you don't need help. You have the faculties of your mind. You don't need help walking. You know, you might be in a little pain or something, but it's a blessing that we are here every single day. Did you call your family members often? Because, hey, tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. You don't want to feel bad if someone is gone before you had an opportunity to give them a hug, an opportunity to tell them once again that you love them. So call your family often. Your family is important. Also, I want to mention this, especially in today's time and as we go in to 2011. Remember, if you have a job, remember that your job is not going to take care of you. Only you is going to take care of yourself. So don't depend on anyone except for yourself. Then when things happen, it won't get us down. I believe that we are going to be facing some hard times, but you know what?